Hey there. Before we begin, I want to let you know that I do usually make M4A content, but this one is my first M4M. So if you're cool with that and you don't mind male pronouns, then enjoy the audio. And be sure to check out the full version on my Patreon. Well. So you're the prisoner the entire guard's been raving about, huh? You don't look like much to me. Just another filthy pirate sulking in the darkness of a prison cell. Excuse me. I'm talking to you, prisoner. Raise your head and look His Majesty in the eyes, or you'll face punishment. Oh, I see what's happening here. You believe that you can remain silent simply because you're upset that your entire crew were captured. Unfortunately for you, my dear, that is not how we do things in this kingdom. You will obey an order when it's given to you, especially one given to you by a prince. Is that understood, prisoner? Oh, I see now. You're going to learn what happens to those who do not give me the respect that I am owed. Open your goddamn mouth, or I swear to you, I'll give you plenty of reasons to behave like you've got something lodged in your throat. Guard, open the cell door. I believe this one needs a bit of extra motivation in order to properly cooperate with us. Perfect. Now I'm inside of this dreary cell alongside you. You know, most filthy criminals like yourself would be foaming at the mouth to have an opportunity to be this close to me. Just, how should I put this lightly? Express their concerns in a more personal manner. And yet you continue to sit there and do nothing. This is your final chance to obey my command before my patience runs out. Look at me, prisoner. It was always said that the great pirate captain has a piercing gaze that would make even the most seasoned of soldiers hesitate before engaging him in battle. And yet here you are, sulking, staring at the ground, too broken to so much as crane your neck upward to have a simple conversation. A goddamn waste of my time. Now I, Prince Kairo, order you to look me in the eyes and answer me, or suffer the consequences of your inaction. Consider yourself warned. You're going to obey me, no matter what it takes. Even after all that, you won't meet my gaze properly, You remain unmoving and stoic despite everything. But now that I've got my hands on you proper, I will say that it is such a shame that you chose a life of crime on the seas instead of at least trying to make an honest living. You've got such beautiful hair, and despite everything, your complexion is comparable to those living here in the capital. You've taken care of yourself even through your rough life. I can appreciate that. but your gorgeous hair and lovely skin aren't going to exhume you from punishment, my darling. No, no. Perhaps looking at the very type of person you stand to bring down makes it a difficult task for you. No matter. I've got full control of your precious face, and with a simple brush of your hair from your eyes, and a little bit of force. Ah, there we are. I must say, you've got the most beautiful brown eyes I've ever had the pleasure of gazing into, darling. Truly a shame that you ended up here, Captain. From what I heard, the prison guards couldn't get more than a few moans of pain from you when they attempted to interrogate you. Perhaps physical torture just isn't your taste, Don't worry. We've got plenty of other methods here in my kingdom that have made others far more stoic than you sing like a choir. You'll be no different. Captain. Now, let's begin the festivities, shall we? You've spent plenty of time being a pain for my guards, and if it weren't for the council and their accursed legal process, I would have simply had you publicly tortured and flayed to get the information out of you. And if you prove to be as tight-lipped then as you are before me now, I'd have returned you to your beloved sea with a necklace or rope affixed to the anchor of your very own ship. After all, a captain always goes down with his ship, right? But luckily for you, the nice, civilized people that you spend so much of your time fighting against have protocols in place to keep people like me from doing whatever I want to lowlifes such as yourself. Be grateful, Captain. Now, look me in the eyes, sweet Captain. Let my every word consume your thoughts. Feel the fabric of your mind stretching and unraveling as I speak. There you go, darling. Just like that. I'm sure you've noticed by now that your eyes are having a very difficult time pulling away from mine. And soon enough, you'll be as obedient as any other when I give you a command. Even now, Captain, you feel my words pulling at the seams of your mind. My words gentle and precise, like the blade of a surgeon. You feel me peeling those defensive layers back, one by one, melting your stoic demeanor away, discarding those unnecessary barriers, sculpting your mind into my perfect playground. You feel yourself slipping, giving in to me, letting me do as I please with you, my soon-to-be all-too precious plaything. Good boy. Sink into that feeling. Feel your eyes relax as my words voyage through your mind, bending it to my will. Just like that, kite. Obey me, your prince, your sovereign ruler. Obey me as your new master, your new owner, your new God. You will worship me. You will feel your old mind and flesh be stripped away and reforged anew in my grace. You'll become my precious little puppet, dear Captain, and I will strip away every last bit of your humanity if it means making you my mindless plaything. Feel yourself accepting your new fate, your new reality. The machinations of your mind twisting into something befitting my attention, my doll, my muse, my lovely little plaything. I love subjugating the weak-willed, especially when they try and act so strong. Now, Captain, hearken to me and answer my query promptly. Who do you belong to, darling? My, look at you. Already answering me with the proper title. Master. Oh, I could get used to this. And you, my darling, are going to get well used to all the different ways that you'll be made useful around here. I especially look forward to seeing how pretty you'll look for me with your hair done properly, waiting for me to come along and ruin it over and over. I cannot wait to properly break you, darling. You'll regret ever crossing me to begin with. Then you'll come to accept your fate as the best outcome. Obediently at my side, coming to my every beck and call, awaiting your next order, your next chance to prove yourself useful to me. Another chance to reforge yourself into my perfect toy. Look at you. Nearly drooling on yourself. That dead expression in your brainwashed eyes, with just a shard of your old self screaming and fighting to escape this torture. But at the same time, some small part of the unbroken you still enjoys this. I can tell. My spells make you nearly entirely mindless, leaving all but your most basic of functions up to my control. And even then, those are still subject to my influence. But no, after our lips parted, though your expression remains unchanged, your face to this very moment remains host to the most magnificent of blushes. Such a pretty crimson, just for me. I am going to enjoy every moment of this. Guards, let me out of this cell and unshackle this prisoner. I have to clear the rest of my day's schedule. Bring him to my personal chambers unchained in an hour's time, and get him cleaned up before you do. I don't want his natural aroma to disrupt the smell of my personal chambers. Thanks so much for listening. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and drop a comment if you'd like. Special thank you goes out to all of my patrons, especially that of my precious pets. Creek, Lunar, Vinoan, Toka, Nikki Pele, Michelle, and an adventurer. Thank you all so much for all that you do for me. It truly does mean the world to me, be a patron or not. I've been Prince Kairo, and remember that your prince loves you all. Mwah.